Hey, Instructor Brian and fellow classmates. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to review my video segment today about workplace discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. Diving right in, discrimination against individuals based on their sexual orientation and gender identity has a long history in the United States. The persecution of LGBTQ plus individuals by church, state, and medical authorities has been documented for centuries. However, the 20th century saw the emergence of a movement in recognition of gays and lesbians, abated by the social climate of feminism and new anthropologies of difference. Despite the progress made, many LGBTQ plus Americans continue to face discrimination and hate, especially LGBTQ plus people of color and transgender Americans. In 2020, a Supreme Court decision in Bostock versus Clayton County was a landmark ruling that extended the Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to protect employees against discrimination and unjust termination based on their sexual orientation or gender identity. This decision has had a significant impact on the fight against discrimination in private and public employment by sexual orientation and gender identity. As of June 2023, 23 states and the District of Columbia prohibit discrimination against public employees based on sexual orientation and gender identity. While 5 states prohibit discrimination against public employees based on sexual orientation only. In addition, 8 states prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation only, and only one state prohibits discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. There are current movements to further protect individuals from discrimination based on their sexual orientation and gender identity. For example, the Biden-Harris administration has taken historic actions to accelerate the march toward full LGBTQ plus equality, including the signing of an executive order preventing and combating discrimination on the basis of gender identity and sexual orientation. The Equality Act, which would expand the Civil Rights Act to explicitly prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex, gender, and identity and sexual orientation in housing, employment, public accommodations, and other areas, was passed by the U.S. House in February 2021. Protecting the rights of workers against discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity has a positive impact on the workplace. It creates a more inclusive and diverse work environment, which can lead to increased productivity, creativity, and innovation. It also helps to attract and retain talented employees who might otherwise face discrimination in the workplace. In addition, it is a step towards creating a more equitable society where everyone has the opportunity to succeed regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. In conclusion, while progress has been made in the fight against discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity, there is still much work to be done. The impact of the 2020 Supreme Court decision in Bostock versus Clayton County and the actions of states to eliminate discrimination in private and public employment by sexual orientation and gender identity have been significant, but there are still many states that do not provide adequate protection for LGBTQ plus individuals. Current movements to further protect individuals from discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity are a step in the right direction, but more needs to be done to create a more equitable and inclusive society. Thank you for hearing my take on this week's discussion, and I look forward to your responses to my discussion in the comments section. Thank you again. Have a good day.